Hi, I'm Ty with Cornell Farms and Nursery, and today I'm going to be showing you some summertime planting. Today we're going to be planting a Caryopteris. It's not a dinosaur, it's actually a plant. I know when I say summertime planting, people are probably looking like, what is this guy talking about? But summertime planting is always an option. It's pretty easy. All you got to do, just be more careful when you water, and you tend to have to water more. Summertime's a great time to plant, so let's get to it. Step one is going to be pre-soaking your plant. So I got this sitting in a little bit of water, as you can see, dripping wet. That's good. It is heavy. It's going to make the plant heavier, but it's going to make your plant go through less shock when you're planting it. Step two is digging your hole, prepping the hole, all of that. So what I did was I already dug the hole for you. The goal is to make it about twice as wide as the pot itself. As you can see here with the pot, it's not very big. And for putting it in, it's going to allow you to put in some native soil, that's what I tend to call the actual dirt that you dug out, and compost together to help the plant grow more heartily. But also during the summertime, it's going to be dry. So what you're going to want to do is definitely water in the hole. Give it a good soaking. It's going to make everything more malleable, more easy to work with. You're going to want to let that drain for a while. Might take a few seconds. You might have clay and it might take a few more seconds. But over time, it will empty out, and then you can toss your plant right on in. All right, step three. Taking the plant out of the pot. And as you can see, got some really good roots in here. Little dense. Sometimes you can use your hands to break them up a little bit, but on this one, it's going to take a lot more work than you need to. What you can do is take a knife, a pruner, or anything that can cut pretty well, and you'll take it, just kind of rough them up a little bit. A couple slices on the sides. I like to do, depending on the size of the plant, a couple inches. I'd say 3 if it's a bigger tree, but don't be afraid to chop it up a little bit. Then sometimes you come across a plant that doesn't have as much root. In that case, sometimes you won't even have to beat it up too much and cut it up too much. If anything, I'd say if it's very loose soil and very not rooted, I would let it go. I would just put it in there as gently as possible, because those roots are already going to spread. They're not confined to a pot already. They're ready to branch out into newer dirts. So what I like to do is, the plant is at the right height. As we can see, you don't want to go too high or too low. Anything that's pretty close, you're going to be fine, but also it's all about trying and trying and trying again until you find that right thing for you in your yard and your garden. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this dirt and a little bit of this compost, put it at the bottom, spread it out, mix it up, and keep doing that until I feel like it's high enough for me to put some Sure Start in. I tend to enjoy using about a 50-50, but like I said before, it all depends on your soil. If you got not so great soil like clay or sand or rock in some cases, you're going to tend to want to try and put a little bit more compost in there. It helps retain moisture. So you can see with the compost here, a lot of wood chips, a lot of wood chips. Shredded up wood here that's been, decomposing a little bit. Helps retain moisture. If you ever had a fireplace that burned wood, you'll know wet wood stays wet for a very long time. All right, now after I've filled it up about halfway with a little bit of compost and a little bit of native soil, the dirt that I dug out of the hole, come in with some Sure Start. So don't worry about putting too much on. Of course, for a guy this big, I'm only going to do 2 handfuls. It could be a 5-year-old's hand, it could be a Shaquille O'Neal hand. doesn't matter. Can't go wrong with it, it's all organic. So I'm gonna take about 2 handfuls here, sprinkle it around. You wanna try and get it a little bit even, and don't be afraid to hit the sides of said plant here. And then I like to mix it around with my hands a little bit in the soil. That way, with the compost and the Sure Start, very nutrient rich. It's going to help this plant grow nice, big, strong, and healthy. And after putting this Sure Start in here, I'm going to continue to backfill with some more of the compost, some more of the natural dirt. All right, so as you can see in the front here, once you get it all filled in, you're gonna wanna build a little moat around it. And that's gonna help keep the water from just flowing over and you're wasting a ton of water. So what I like to do is take some of this dirt and then mound it up around the sides. Mold it to your liking. And over time, once this plant becomes more mature and grown in, that's also going to wear away. And by that time, when it's all grown up and big and ready, this won't be here anymore. And now for the final step, you're gonna wanna water it in. Water it heavily. And as you can see, that moat that I made around it, that little wall, it allows it to fill up. Stop, let it drain through, and then do it again. Whenever you're first planting the plant, from what I've noticed, you really can't overwater. I would say around about every 3 to 5 days, depending on if we're getting rain or not, to water your plant. If it even looks a little bit droopy, wilty, looks like it got some burnt ends to it, and you haven't been watering it very much, if at all, chances are you're not watering it enough. Definitely get out there that day, give it a good soaking from the bottom there, making sure that it gets nice and moist. Keep the roots happy. Happy roots, happy plant. Here at Cornell Farms, we have things to make it a little bit easier for watering the plants. We have things like water bags, mainly meant for trees. You would tie them around, zip them up, and fill them with water, and it's gonna just constantly drip water onto the tree at a slow rate, helping it stay moist and healthy. Also for, let's say, a tree that has very low branches, we have water donuts, and you put that around the bottom of the tree, fill it up, and it's gonna do the exact same thing, and it's gonna just constantly drip. And of course, these awesome hoses, we sell those here too, and this wand here, and it helps you give like a nice, even coat of water. It's not too hard on the plant, it's just like a nice, gentle rain. All this can be found here at Cornell Farms Nursery. Remember to water your plants this summer. That's all for me. I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to check out the farm. Thanks for watching.